Hello and welcome back. In this video, we're going to continue styling our application. Namely, we're going to work on the messages partial, which displays the flash messages, and the errors, the validation errors. Okay? So first, we'll start with the validation errors. So over here, under articles, form.html ERB, let's pull it up. This is currently what's styling our errors. So I'll pull up my Rails application, my server's running, and here it is. This is what the validation errors look like. So let's go ahead and style this. First thing we're going to do, over here, if article.errors.any, we're going to give it a div class equals row, then div class. Now this time I'm gonna go a little bit faster because now you're a little more used to seeing these tags and where I get them from, which is the Bootstrap site. So if you need to look anything up, feel free to check out the getbootstrap.com site. So div class equals, within quotes, call dash XS dash 8, and then call dash XS dash offset dash 2, close quote, close the tag. The offset basically moves grids on the left. Over here, it moves them to the right based on the number of grids you give it. Okay, so we're saying 2 grids to the right. Then we're going to utilize another class in Bootstrap, which is called panel. So div class equals panel, and we'll say panel dash danger. And then div class equals, within quotes, panel dash heading. Then h2 class equals, within quotes, panel dash title. And then we're going to basically add some styling to this part, to our embedded Ruby. All right, so we're going to use a method. So open embedded Ruby tag equals. Now the method I'm going to use is pluralize. Okay, at article.errors.count. So at article.errors.count will give me the number of errors we've hit. Okay, and then I'm going to give it the word error. So what this pluralize method will do is we'll take this word. If I get one error, it'll say error. If I get multiple errors, it'll say errors. Okay, that's how this method works. Close parentheses. Actually, I have an error here. I'll remove the parentheses from here. There you go. Close parentheses, close embedded Ruby tag. Then we're going to say prohibited this article from being saved. Then colon, close the h2 tag. Whoops, close the h2 tag. Then we want the error display. So div class equals, we're going to say panel dash body. And this is also Bootstrap. Then I want an unordered list. And within embedded Ruby tag, I'm just going to copy paste this now at article.errors right here. Command C. Command V. Okay, so at article.errors.fullMessages.each do MSG, which is short for message, and then the li over here, embedded Ruby to display the message, close li, and then end the do block, and I'll close the ul tag. Then I'll close the div tag. Then I'll close the 4 div tags here. Row, this, and this, the panel heading. All right. So we'll say div slash div. So that's 2 slash div. That's 3. And then slash div. That's 4. And then I'll get rid of this. and this end over here ends this if branch. All right, save that. So let's see what that looks like. Over here, I'm going to go to articles, new. Perfect. So there's the display. 4 errors prohibited this article from being saved, and it displays the errors. So that's just the way I want it to look. Let's test it out for edit articles 2 /7/edit. And let me delete this title. Update. Okay, so it's working. Perfect. Cancel request. All right. Now, the one thing about this error portion right here, if at article errors any, and the styling that we added to it, we're most likely going to use this through the rest of the application. Okay? You can kind of tell from the way it looks over here, and then the way it looked in our browser, that we can use this for other resources as well, not just for articles. So I'm going to extract this to a partial right away. Okay? So right now, over here under views, I'm going to right click and create a new folder, and I'll call it shared. All right. And within shared, I'm going to right click and create a new file and call it _errors.html.erb. And then I'm going to copy this part over here, Command X, go to this errors.html.erb, Command V, Command S to save it, and back to the form, I need to refer to that partial. So I'm going to say render space within quotes shared errors. Close embedded Ruby, save that. Let's see what that looks like. Over here, I'll go to action, new article, create article. Perfect, it's working. All right, now back over here. Next thing we need to look at is notice how we're doing this for article and we're dealing with an @article object. So when we're rendering the errors partial, that @article object is nicely flowing through to the errors partial, so we can have code like this, which refers to @article. But if it's going to be a shared resource, if we're going to share this errors partial, we need to get rid of this @article, okay? Because the next resource, let's say users, will definitely not have @article. So let's put this as something more generic. We'll just say obj, short for object, and then change all the references to @article with obj. So obj over there, then right here, obj. All right, and save that. But now we need to say what this obj is. So in our form, render shared errors, we're simply going to say obj : space @article. So if we were doing this from users form, for example, we would say obj : @user if we're dealing with a specific user. All right, so that's how that would work. So let's see if that works. Make sure you save the file. Go back over here, articles/new. Okay, create article. Perfect, it's still working. Okay, back to our IDE. Now the next thing I want to do is work on my Flash messages. Okay, so if you go to articles, layouts, and your messages partial, which is this, it simply displays whatever you put in your Flash message. So right now, if you pull up your controller and then articles controller, here we refer to Flash notice. And again, Flash notice in the update as well. And then in the destroy, Flash notice. So this Flash notice is what gets printed out via this partial. All right, let's style this so it looks better. So the first thing I'm going to do is give it a div class of row. Then I'm going to give it a div class equals call -access -10 call dash access dash offset dash 1. Then this flash.each do name message. That's okay. This is where a little bit of code comes in, and you have to be very careful with this. Div class equals, I'm going to give it the class of alert, and then alert dash. Now this, notice how the format is right here, like call dash alert dash. Now what kind of message it is will be in this name right here, in this name object, all right? So if I say flash danger, that danger will be the name. If I say flash success, success will be the name. Alert, and then embedded Ruby equals, within quotes, I'm going to say pound. Whoops, my connection timed out. That's fine. So I'll go back here. First, make this single quote, okay? Alert, alert dash, then embedded Ruby equals double quote pound, then open brace, name, close brace, close quote, space, close embedded Ruby tag, close the single quote, and then close the div tag, okay? So right here, div class alert, alert dash, whatever the name is, right? Which could be success, danger, whatever we give it, and then close your embedded Ruby tag, close the single quote, close the tag. And then we want a little X to close that display. So a href equals, within quotes, put a pound, class equals, within quotes, close, space, data dash dismiss equals, within quotes, alert, close quote, close the tag, and then the display for that X is and pound 215 semicolon. This will display the X, okay? Then close the A tag. All right, now embedded Ruby tag again, content underscore tag, space, colon div, comma, message, comma, colon ID, and then hash rocket, which is equals, and then right arrow, space. Here we're going to give the flash name. Within quotes, say flash underscore pound open brace name close brace close quote if message. So this message is underscore a question mark within parentheses string caps. Okay, so the S needs to be caps. Close parentheses, close embedded Ruby tag. Now let's close the div. Okay, alignment got a little messed up right there. Okay. Let's get rid of all this. Delete. There's the end for my do block. And let's close the div tag. Let's close the top div tag. Okay, save that. So let's see what that looks like. But before we do that, we have to give it appropriate name. So in the articles controller, when we say flash notice, we have to replace the notice with something else. Let's say colon success, okay? Then update, we'll say colon success. In the destroy, let's give it another color. Success will give you green. So for destroy, let's say danger to give it a red background. So save that. Now let's see what that looks like. Back over here. Actually, I'll go back because my connection timed out, so my server is no longer running. Over here in the next terminal, we'll type in Rails s-b 0.0.0.0. Okay. Now let's go to articles/new. Hello, new article, and then testing flash messages, create article. There it is. Article was successfully created. Perfect. And there is that X on the right to close this panel. All right. Now let's test out edit. So articles, let's say the same one, 16, edit. Hello, new article, testing flash messages, edited. Update article. Article was successfully updated. Now back to articles listing. Let's try a delete. Over here, testing flash messages, edited. I'm going to delete that. So click on delete. Are you sure? Okay. There it is. There's the reddish background that I was talking about. So article was successfully deleted. Perfect. Close that. So my flash messages and my errors partial are both working correctly. So this time I'm going to go ahead and make a commit. So Control C to shut down the server. I'll do git add -a, git commit -m, within quotes, style, errors, and messages partials. Close quote, hit enter. Now git push to push our code to repository. Perfect. And that's all I wanted to cover in this video. I'll see you in the next one.